Well, it's 7 a.m. on Sunday, January 26th, 2025, and I don't have any work to do today, but I'll be keeping an eye on the weather. See if this is going to warm up like they predicted. Okay, let's check a look. Well, the forecast for today, for Sunday, January 26th, shows not quite as warm as yesterday, but it's still above freezing, so that's good. The night was still chilly, below freezing, but that's normal for this time of year. Let's see how much more melts today, if any. Alright, let's check the extended forecast. The extended forecast looks like it's even better. They're up in the 50s for a few days this week. And next week too. So that'll be good for me and for the cattle. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, let's take a look outside. It's not too bad of a temperature today. It's about 26 degrees, just after 7 a.m. It's an overcast morning, so there probably won't be no sunrise, at least none that I could see. Anyway, it's better than being down in the single digits, so like it was last week. So that's good. That's good. But it's still a chilly morning. But that's normal for this time of year, winter. Nights are cold, but the days starting to warm up, getting closer to spring. Spring starts in March 21st, so it'll be here pretty soon. Won't be long. Yeah, it's a better day than it was last week. Whew, so cold. At least there's a chance of warming up during the daytime. But I don't know what this cloud cover. That's the cloud cover probably what's going to keep it warmer today, or cooler. Who knows? Anyway, let's go check the cattle. Either they're down there or out over that hill eating that hay bale, or they're up at the barn. So I'll see where they're at. The cattle aren't down in the bottom, so they must be up at the barn. I'll go take a look at them now. Yeah, the wind's still a little chilly I think the wind's from the north today. Yeah, that means another cold wind. Oh well. I think it's a temporary thing. It's to the north, but I think it'll warm up again more later this week. There's still some ice that didn't melt yet, but hopefully it'll melt sometime this week when the temperatures are up in the 50s, and part of next week too. Well, the cattle are up here enjoying this hay bale. Oh, they're both scratching with their horn. That's what horns are for. Oh, the other one's getting up. Yeah, the pregnant one over there in the back. And little bully, of course, he's outside. They don't get along too well with him yet. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there they are. At least they got places to eat now. They can eat up here when the wind's to get out of the wind sometimes. And they got food to eat up here too, so that's good. Yeah, I still have to walk down to the bottom to get a drink, because I don't have water up here. Except for the pond. They can drink in the pond when the pond's thawed, but right now the pond is frozen, so not much going on there for water sources. Okay, everybody's got to do their itchy. Okay, who's over here? Little bully. There's little bully. Hope he grows up to be a breeding bull over here. Doesn't seem like he's growing very much. I know he's getting enough to eat, so that's not the problem. I think he's just sad because he's getting pushed around by these Highlanders. Okay, let's go back to the house where it's warm. Well, everything's quiet down in the bottom. The sun should be coming up over there. You can see clouds lighting up high, but they're still too thick for the sun to shine through. And nothing going on down there. There's the bales. There's the bale I fed Friday. Yeah, today's Sunday. Yeah. And they're eating on both of them, so that's good. The one here down there and the one up here by the barn. I gotta go. Phone's getting cold. Don't want to shut off. All right, let's go. Another look at these girls before I head back to the house to warm up. Since the ground's still frozen, I'm going to go out and check the cattle out of the big pasture today too, before it starts to thaw. Okay, that's good about freezing temperatures. It makes the ground hard, so I can drive on it. Oh boy, gotta scoot close to these girls today. Yeah. Yeah, they got plenty to eat. I don't think these two are pregnant. If they were, they're not now. Well, it's after 9 a.m. already, and the ground's still frozen. Same temperature, about 26 degrees. But the sun finally came out. Yeah. Yeah, sun's out. Yeah, it finally came out. Less clouds now. So, but I see that cattle are down here. Yeah, I haven't seen down here for a while. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been out here, but there's still some grass there that they can eat too. Yeah, that was stockpiled all during the summer, last summer. Yeah, for 6 months. Yeah, so, but they ate most of it when they brought them back in September. But after that snow covered it all up, they couldn't get to it, but now they can. Anyway, the white bully's way back there underneath the cedar tree, or by a cedar tree. Yeah, there's a last spring. The fence used to go on this side of those trees, those cedar trees there. Yeah, it used to go on this side because there's a big hole past those trees, in those trees there. From that's where the creek used to flow, but then the neighbor redirected it, and then last spring I was able to reroute my fence behind that hole, and there's a little ridge there on the back. So now they can go back in there if they want to. Yeah, there's not much in there for them to eat, but it's something to play around and scratch their necks on and stuff. Anyway, I'm headed out to big pasture now while the ground's still frozen. Well, truck's warmed up, and I'm headed out to big pasture. Check the cattle and the hay out there. It's been 2 days since I fed them. On Friday, today's Sunday, and I'm just gonna take a casual drive out to the big pasture. That's because I got nothing else to do. And weather's nice today. Not much wind, not too cold. Perfect. And it's supposed to warm up a little bit above freezing today. Yeah, but we'll see about that. There's still plenty of ice on the ground. Yeah, here and there. Yeah. But it's thawing when it gets above freezing. Yeah. I decided not to use time lapse because I just enjoy the drive out here. Yeah. Yeah. Get me away from the house. Yeah. Yeah. I like this 20 acres. It serves me good. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the ice is melted already from that one day of thawing yesterday. Well, maybe not a lot, but some. Put it away, some. And I expect a lot of it to be melting this week when it gets up into the 50s. Creek's still flowing. That's good. They got plenty of water to drink when they need it. I think I'm gonna put it in the 4-wheel drive before I head up to the top. Yeah, because there's a lot of ice on this road. Yeah, I know my back wheels will spin if I don't use 4-wheel drive. All right, let's go. Yeah. Still plenty of ice out here because there's lots of shade out here. Oh, there's a cow up there on top. Look at that. He's waiting for me, but they got plenty of hay. I'm sure of it. It's only been 2 days, so they got plenty. Man, it's bumpy out here. The ice is lumpy. Some of this melted yesterday. A little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Yeah, the surface of the ice here melted a little bit yesterday when it got up to 40 degrees. It was just the surface, which means it kind of turned to water. And then it froze again last night, so it's even slicker now than it was before. That's what happens when ice melts and then refreezes. It gets slick because it levels out or smooths out. Let me get around over here. I can't get a good angle here. Let's move around to the other side. Yeah. Yeah, they got plenty to eat here still if they wanted to. Yeah, there's lots of hay here. Oh, there's some cattle out there in the woods. In the trees, I mean. I don't think there's any hay out there. They're just hanging out. Okay. There they are. Well, there's still one bale that's not tore up too much. And there's a short one here on the left that's not still somewhat contained. But the other ones, the cattle are way over there by the equipment behind the car, and some here are laying down. Yeah. Let me go to the other side. Let me drive around. Okay. Yeah, this ice is still crunchy. Still crunchy. There's a few of them right there. How you doing, girls and boy? Yeah, there's a cow on the right. There's a little white bull. Actually, he's not little no more. Yeah, and that calf right behind him, the white one is March 28th last year. So, and then the calf right behind him there, or on the side, whatever, on the left, that's only 2 weeks younger. That tells you how fast that white one grew, or how slow the other one grew. Yeah, they're only 2 weeks apart. But that one on the left there, the smaller one in the middle there, he was from a first calf heifer, so that might be part of it. I wasn't sure, but it's okay. I'll do what I need to do with him, either sell him or eat him in the future. So we'll see. But that white one, still haven't decided what to do with him yet. Anyway, let's go check a look at the other ones. Okay. There's a few of them down there. They went down there to do some scratching on there. I'm sure they got lice. That's why they're scratching. But I don't worry about it too much. Lice will go away when it gets warmer, I guess. I gotta watch where I'm going here. I don't want to run into nothing. Okay, there's the hay that I fed yesterday, Friday, not yesterday, Friday. So they didn't roll it out too much. Yeah, not like they did before. The hay that's farther down, yeah, it's all flattened out already. They rolled them out pretty far. Yeah, one of them rolled all the way out to the trees. Yeah, on the right. But these here, they didn't roll them out too far. Yeah, that's good. Keeps it more contained. But as it starts thawing this week, they might push a lot of it into the mud. But the ground's still frozen right now, so it's not too much to worry about. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. At least the two bales here that are really flat. Yeah, right here in the front here. Those were the bales that were from 2024. Yeah, the last cutting from 2024 in September. But where the bull's laying and the bale on about beyond him, on the right, way back there, those two bales were from 2023. So that's where that coming from. But they still eat it, so that means it's good. Actually, the bale that cow standing right next to is from 2024. Because where the bull is, I set the first bale, old bale, down where the bull is, and then he rolled it over to the right. And then the bale there that's standing next to that red cow, that was from 2023 also. But they didn't eat it all yet. They didn't tear it apart yet. Okay. Now take a look at all my hay there. That's a good shot. The hay on my hay storage area along those trees, that's the hay on the right is the old hay from 2023. I'm not sure where the dividing line is, but I think it's where that gap is, right behind that cow. Right behind that cow, that's where the gap is, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So all the old hay is from 2023 is there, from that gap behind the cow in the bales, and then to the right. All the new hay from 2024, the first cutting, right behind the cow, and all the way to the left is the new hay. And it's hard to see, but the hay right behind the cow, and then headed to the left, it's just got a blue and white wrap, or blue and like a clear and a bluish bale wrap. But toward the end, toward the end, you see some bales, like the last two bales there. That has a red, white, and blue wrap, net wrap. So I think those are from the last cutting. They started to use the different kind of colored net wrap. But I think all the other stuff is from the blue and clear. That's all from first cutting last year. Yeah, so anyway, that's my hay. It's looking good. I'm glad to have that much. And most of this, I'd say most of this hay from 2024 last year, that's going to be carried over until the next the end of 2025 when I start feeding them again. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm expecting that I'll probably use up most of the old hay, if not all of it. The old hay there right behind the cow now. That cow, yeah, on the left, on the right, yeah. That's what's gonna. That'll be my. I'll probably feed that all out this winter yet. Yeah. I like my feeding area. It's up here. It's sheltered on both sides. Yeah, the cattle stay pretty warm, pretty comfortable up here. And it doesn't get muddy too much because the water drains off fairly well. And I built a shelter up here for them in case they need it. And I built a pond back in I think the shelter was from 2011. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's when it was, or somewhere around there. But the pond behind that shelter, way back there, the pond, I built that in 2015. I had that dug out with I think it was just a track hoe, maybe a bulldozer. I'm not sure. I know a track hoe did most of the work. I'm not sure. Anyway, it cost me about $5,000 to get that pond built. But I wanted them to have water here because a few years there we had really dry weather, and the creek dried up, and they didn't. Only water I had down here was that little pond there next to the creek, and it almost wasn't enough. So I decided to. Well, there's a little pond in the creek too, next to the bridge. That helped too, but then the water gets foul. Yeah. I remember that one year it was so dry that the pond was so foul that they over there on the other end of the creek, as exiting the property, right before that where the trees are, there was some clearer water in there, and they were finding that in there. So that's why I built this pond back there. So, and speaking of the pond, let's go take a look at it. Okay, girls, boy, you just fill your bellies up, and it won't be long. I'll be having calves. Probably starting in March. Yeah, there's them three. Okay. Look at him. He's happy. Big bully, he's happy. Yeah. That's the mama cow on the left. She's the oldest cow I got. She's the monarch of the herd. And this is her third. This is her third calf, her third offspring here, third born, the red one. And she's a heifer, but I'm pretty sure she's pregnant, so I'm expecting a calf from her this year. What you looking at? Yeah, sometimes the deer surprise me out here, but she must have heard a squirrel or something. Okay, let's head to the other end. I want to take a look. Yeah, this hay here. This is all the hay I've been feeding so far this winter. Look at that boy. Look at Bully. He's not afraid of my truck. Because he knows the truck is not dangerous. He sure is comfortable in that pile of hay. Okay, boy, I'll leave you alone. Okay, like I said, this is where I've been feeding them. And now I'm going to head down to the other end. Take a look at the pond. I'm not sure if they can drink out of the pond. Oh, a lot of lumps here. All their manure piles are frozen. Yeah, and they freeze hard too. You can see about 3 of them there. 2 on the left and one big one on the right. Yeah, that shelter, I don't know, they don't really use it that much, but I built it because a few years there we had some ice storms, and I felt sorry for the cattle out here, so I gave them some shelter in case they need it. Yeah, but half the time I don't hardly ever see them in there unless I put a bale in there. And ice is crunchy. See this area here, the snow? Yeah, it didn't thaw because mostly in the shade. Yeah, this is the pond I built in 2015, and there used to be on the left there on the back side of the dam, there used to be a big, well, there still is a pile of logs there, but it used to be as high as the dam. Oh, there's some deer in the background. Oh, I scared them. Yeah, way in the back, underneath those cedar trees. Yeah, I just saw their tails as they was leaving. Yeah. Oh, I still see one in the trees. It was trying. Yeah, there. It's just standing there. Yeah. Now there's one walking. There's a. Oh, that's a good shot there. Yeah. Yeah. There's quite a few in there. 1, 2. There's another one. There's another one, and there's another. There's a few more in there. I can see them. They're in the shade. Yeah. I guess I scared them when I drove up. Anyway, what I was just saying, the deer are still back there. Yeah, they're still moving around, but they're not running away. The back side of the pond dam, I had all the trees that were pushed out of this area here. I should have had these other ones pushed out too, but I didn't want to spend the money because it was very expensive to make this pond. But I had them pile all the logs up there behind the dam. Before he made the dam, he just pushed them all down the branch there. And like I said, they were as high as the thing, but over the years, since 2015, most of them rotted. There's still a few rotten logs down in there, but I just leave them alone. I figured that keeps the cattle and it's grown up with all kinds of multiflower roses and stuff like that. And I got a barbed wire fence down there, which helped a little bit. I just didn't want the cows walking on the back side of the pond dam. And I also had to put a fence recently, I think it was 2023, when I was putting up this barbed wire on these perimeter fences, that I put this dummy wire here on the inside of the pond dam where the water is, because they kept walking down the pond dam and eroding it. So I decided to put a dummy wire there, and that helps. They can drink on all the other 3 sides. Yeah, but it's okay. It's working good now. And when the pond's thawed, they can drink out of here instead of going down to the creek. But right now, I think with the thawing this week, yeah, I think it'll look better. Or it'll be easier to drink out of the pond once the ice melts. Oh my gosh, it's such a bumpy ride. There's the bottom. Yeah. There's my little road that goes down there. Okay. I didn't check the fences today. I think I'll check them right now. Right there, I can check both fences from that, either side of that post. The north is on the left, and the south is on the right. Yeah. That way, if either fence doesn't work or stops working, chargers anyway, I can connect the fences at the bottom. You know, I can hook them together. That way, I can still have all the fences working, even if one controller stops working. Yeah, that's until I get another one. All right, let me check the fence. Well, luckily for me, both fences are working good. Yeah, that's good. There's my neighbor's field. Yeah, this ice is slick. I gotta be careful when I walk on this stuff. Yeah. There's the charger on the left for this north fence. I think I got a new one there this year because the other one wasn't working. And when I first started using solar chargers, and then they stopped working. I tried replacing the batteries, but sometimes the batteries ain't the problem. And a few times in the beginning, I sent them to whoever the manufacturer to get them replaced, or sent them someplace wherever the instructions that came with it told me to send it. But it cost me more to get it fixed than it does to buy a new one. So when they break down and I can't get them going again, sometimes I'll replace the battery. But if the battery don't work, then I'll just replace them, because from the shipping to send it off, and the shipping to bring it back, plus the cost to repair it, it's not worth it. So I just buy a new one. Yeah, they're not that expensive. Anyway, that's my neighbors over that way. The one with the green shed there. It's the same family, but one of the sons built that shed. I don't know if the mother's gone yet, but the father died a long time ago. But the son, he built that big shed there, and he raises a lot of alfalfa, and he raises cattle too. Yeah. But most of his alfalfa goes. I heard he sells it to people who raise horse farms and stuff. So yeah, he does a pretty good job at raising alfalfa. Me, not so much. I'm satisfied with just grass at the little alfalfa mixed in. Although I did in 2018, I planted alfalfa in the hayfield. It grew good for about 3-4 years, and then after that, it just didn't. It kind of kept going down and down, and the fescue took over again. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's head back to the house. Let me turn this around now. Yeah, there's probably a lot of deer in those trees. There's a lot of honeysuckle back in there. Yeah. Oh look, where are they going? There's a couple. There's some few animals headed over here. They're behind the shelter. They're scratching on the trees right now. Yeah, they do a lot of scratching their heads and necks on the trees. Let's go get a closer look at what they're doing. Yeah, you can see a lot of snow and ice, mostly ice, along this left side here, where it's always in the shade. So I want to see if they're gonna drink out of the pond. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna sit here and watch them. I'm in a warm truck, so it's okay. I don't have to worry about getting cold. Yeah, they're over there scratching. I want to see if they're gonna get a drink here. Oh. Oh, I can't. Okay. Okay. That's as far as I can go without scaring them. Yeah, that mama cow, she's got a big belly. Like I said, she had March 28th last year. So I don't know when she's going to have this year. I never know for sure. Sometimes I write down when they're in heat, but most of the times I don't. Yeah. Look at them, enjoying their scratching. You can tell where they scratch. You can see the trees; they all got rub marks on them. And these are sassafras here. Most of these trees here are sassafras. In fact, I think all of them are on this edge here. There is one. I think there's an elm in there too, but most of them are sassafras on the edge where they rub. And I like sassafras. Sometimes when we used to make firewood, and Dad would have some trees pushed down, I would collect the sassafras roots. I still got some in my freezer. Sometimes I'll make tea, especially in the spring. They call it a spring tonic. Yeah, I think it's a blood thinner. Yeah, but I don't really need a blood thinner right now. I want thicker blood in the winter time. I don't know what they mean by thick blood or thin blood, but anyway, that's what I've heard. But I like it. That's why I always like the root beer. A&W is the best for me. Yeah, I've had other root beers, but nothing compares to A&W. Got that vanilla flavor in it too. Plus, it's got a root beer flavor. And I guess in the beginning, sassafras was part of the root beer thing. That's why they call it root beer. Sassafras root or some other kind of root. But I don't drink soda no more. Too much sugar. But oh, look at that. Look at that little. I don't know if you can see him, but he's got a little black bull calf. He's there itching his side. I can see him. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. He's behind that big elm. There he goes. He's walking this way. He's following his mama. Ooh, it's hot. Ooh. Turn my heater down and open the window. Looks like Bully's all by himself over there. Yeah, Bully's over there by the bales, way back there. Yeah, he hadn't showed up here yet. But these girls are enjoying themselves, girls and boys. Yeah, she's headed down there somewhere. I don't know where they're going. Yeah, I'll be waiting. So, if I remember right, the cow that had her calf first was that center cow, that old mama cow. And then the second 2 weeks later, that was the end of March. Then 2 weeks later, the middle of April, the cow there between those two trees, way back there on the left of that old mama cow in the center, she had her calf in the middle of April. And then in June 2, this cow here, walking up on the pond dam, she had her calf June 2. So that's how I guess when they're going to have a calf. So I'm not sure where they're going. I guess she's going around the backside of the pond and see if can get some water. So I'm going to be watching them. Hi there, little boy. Little bull, little black bull. I like his color. He's, I don't, yeah. Look at that mama cow. She's lit. Whoop, ran over a pile of manure. Look at that. Mama cow's licking her white calf from last year. And he grew big. Grew fast. I like him. The only thing I don't like about him is he's got a pink nose and pink hooves. I'm aiming more toward the black pigment. Yeah. I'm not sure why, but I just do. That's why I started getting buying the Italian breeds to cross these Highlanders with. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy with this crossbred cattle. There's always there's always an interesting color that comes out of it. All right, let's see where that cow went. Let me re-maneuver this thing. Yeah, she's looking for a drink. Yesterday, some of this pond ice may have melted along the edges, so I'll see if they can find some water along there. Let's see what she's going to do. They know where to find water. If they have to, they can always walk down to the creek and get some water down there. But let's see what she does. If she can't find water here, if they can't find water here, the others are starting to come too. Yeah, she looks like she's going. She's going all the way over to the edge. She went all the way over to the east side. I'll just wait and see what they do. This red heifer is pregnant. She's scratching on them T-posts. I gotta put a stop to that. I need to put a cap or something on them where it's not so scratchable. Yeah, they're pushing my fence over. All my T-posts are getting pushed over, so I gotta fix that somehow. Not sure how to do it yet, but I'll work on it this summer. I'll do something with it. I lost sight of the other cow on the right. She's back there somewhere, but she's not by the pond, so yeah, I don't know what she's doing, but I'll check that out later. This bunch here is starting to head closer to the pond. I guess they're going to try to get some water out of the pond, but I don't know. I don't know if there's enough ice that melted. If there's enough water along the edge of the pond yet. Well, we'll see. I got nothing else to do. Here they come. Oh, yeah, she's going to scratch on that too. Wish they didn't. Wish they wouldn't do that. I may have to turn that fence on and put a barbed wire at the very top, a hot wire. I could probably do that by putting the wire. I think I did it before. I'm not sure. I could get a long wire, an insulated wire, and over there by that cedar tree, way in the back there, along the fence, I could string a wire up above them in the trees, and then hook it to that a fence over there by that tree next to the pond. And then I'll add another. I got some more barbed wire left over. I'll put another barbed wire at the very top. That way they'll get shocked. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to push. They're all scratching on those. I could treat them for lice. That would probably be the easiest thing. But But it's hard to get close enough to them. To once you start spraying them with something, uh, or spray them or anything, try to treat them. It's not that easy with my operation. These girls are more or less on these cattle are more or less on their own. I don't handle them any more than I have to, except when I sort them to load something up, or just to feed them corn sometimes for a treat. Anyway, they'll be okay. Yeah, I just got to avoid them, keep them from scratching. They got all these trees, so I got to stop them from scratching on the fence. Oh, T-post. Oh, there's another one. That's the last of the cattle that came from that was up there. The bull, he's behind the shelter now. I saw him walking behind the shelter, so he's headed this way too. So I'll wait for him. Boy, they're getting their use out of those T-posts. Problem with when they do that, they keep pushing. Even when the ground's frozen, they'll still be able to push the post deeper and deeper. That's the problem I've had before with a post that's exposed. Yeah, but see, that fence ain't on, so the primary purpose was to keep them from walking down the pond dam. But it looks like the insulators are way down too. Well, it looks like the insulators are down at their feet. I don't think they can push them down, so it must be the T-posts that are getting pushed in. That's my guess. So I'll take care of that. Maybe I'll work on that sooner than later. Yeah, especially if they got lice. But as soon as the weather gets warmer, the lice will probably go away, or at least diminish. Anyway, I didn't see the bull come up yet. Let me go see what he's doing. Yeah, the bull's got to do his thing. He's got his own tree to scratch on. Yeah, he's looking at me now. What are you looking at? Or he's thinking, what are you looking at? Anyway, let me go get a closer look at him. Hey guys, there's old big bully. Yeah, you can tell he's been scratching his belly. Yeah, I think he did that T-post there by the main gate. Yeah, that's what he did. How he did scratch that off. Yeah, that's it, boy. Just enjoy your scratching. I thought about treating them for lice. I had the oil. I got the oiler. Maybe I should recharge it. Yeah, that's usually up there for the flies in the summer. Okay, he's off to be with the rest of the herd. Yeah, he's gonna be with us. Keep on going, boy. I'm not gonna stop you. He's probably gonna find a few more trees to scratch on before he gets there. Yeah. The other cattle are starting to move on. They're still scratching on those T-posts. I gotta put a stop to that. See, I put them T-posts in 2023. So yeah, he's gonna stop and scratch some more. There you go. Get your itch satisfied. I always wondered if they actually kill anything when they do Maybe I'll get some kind of powder. I know they got powder for ice. Maybe I could do something there, but I haven't done that for a long time. Yeah, maybe I should. We'll see. I just don't like spending money on these cattle. Yeah. I'm sure they can, as long as I feed them and make sure they got food and water, the rest is up to them to survive. Okay, that's enough of bully. You can do that all day. The cow that went behind the pond there on the east side, she's doing something down there. I don't know what she's doing. I'm going to take a look, see what's going on. These girls sure know how to enjoy themselves on them T-posts. Yeah, they push some of them insulators way down. Or maybe they just push the T-post down. So I'll have to fix that. I don't want them walking over that barbed wire and then get down into the pond from that area. I wonder if they're drinking down there. I can't tell. This is the cow that walked over here. I think she's just eating something. I think she's eating leaves or something. What's that calf doing? I can't tell. That calf behind her, I can't see her. I'm going to get out and take a look. I think they're drinking out of the stream there. All the water from the pond there, this pond, it comes from, it runs off this field there where the snow's melting. Runs down. So they must be getting a drink. I'm going to walk down there and take a look. I'm not here to bother you, girl. I'm just going to walk past you. Must be some water in there. Huh. Looks like ice to me, though. Yeah, there must be. There's not much water that was ice that was melted. So if they want a good drink, they're going to have to go down to the creek. With all the this is the watershed for this pond here, this hill here, all this hill here, and of course the hill there too, all around it, and mostly from here. Anyway, I don't see any water thawed on the edge anywhere. Bully's still up there scratching his head behind those trees, beyond those trees back there. He's getting his workout. Look at them scratching on those T-posts. Yeah, I'll fix that this summer, or maybe this spring. Yeah, I got the barbed wire. I need to get some a long insulated wire. That's what I need to put to connect the fence that's over by those cedars, and then string it up high so the cattle can go underneath it and then come back down. Or that what do you call that? Hickory tree, shagbark. That's a shagbark hickory. Then I can connect it, and I'll put a strand of barbed wire at the very top. That way they can't scratch it because they'll get shocked. I hope. We'll see. All right. Yeah, all this stuff here, this brown stuff, that's that wild mint, some kind of mint. And even though it's been dead for a long time, I can take these leaves here. Let me show one. Yeah, this still smells like mint when you crush it. Yeah. Yeah, you crush it. It smells good. Smells like mint. I can't tell. I don't know if it's spearmint or whatever kind of mint. but it's a minty flavor. Cattle don't eat it though, that's the problem. But they're spreading it everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what's going on down here. They're not finding any water. I think she's looking for it though, in puddles and stuff. That's her calf. That's her calf from last year in June. So I'm sure she won't have a calf until sometime around June again. Maybe in May. Let's see. That's it, going up. I don't have to worry about the phone getting too cold because it's probably near freezing now. Yeah. She's a good mama. That's her third. This is her third calf. First was a white heifer, and then that white bully up at the house, and then now he turned out black. Well, it's after 10 already. Like I said, I don't have nothing to do, but so do what I like to do is come out here and watch these cattle. Okay. That's it, girl. Groom your baby. Okay. Fences are working. Cows got plenty to eat. And they're looking for water. So if they can't find water up at this pond because of the ice, they'll have to go down to the creek to get a drink. So that's what they're going to do. Well, I'm headed back. I'm headed back to the... These manure piles are really making a bumpy ride. Look at him. He's scratching his butt. That's funny. Okay. Okay, let's swing around. Get him from the other side. Hi, boy. Go ahead. Don't mind me. I'm just a silent observer. That's it. Scratching it. He's on a wild cherry tree. He's got his butt up against the wild cherry tree. Yeah. Well, that's soon enough. At least the weather's warmer now. That's the main thing. Weather's warmer now. Still gets cold at night. Still gets below freezing at night most of the time. But it's going to be warming up in the daytime, so that'll make them feel better. All right, let me head back to the house. It's bumpy out here. Okay, I'm headed home. At least the ground's frozen. Yeah, once it thaws, it won't be easy to come out here. I might have to get the ATV running. I got a couple tires to pump up before I do that. Yeah, that's the hay that I came out to check, see how they're doing, and there's still hay from last week too. So they got plenty of hay. And when they need water, they can always go down to the creek here. Yeah. Careful I don't slide. Oh, I'm sliding. I don't slide off of the ditch. Yeah. Sliding a little bit. Okay. Gate's closed. Headed home. Yeah. Bumpy ride. Ooh-wee. Well, I guess I won't need the four-wheel drive after this. Let me check the creek. Yeah, water's flowing good. There's still some ice out here on the main part of the water. But down there, yeah, there's plenty of water flowing through there. That's probably where they'll come down to get a drink, because there's no water up by the pond because of the ice. But here there is plenty. Yeah, good water flow through here. Yeah. Look at that big sheet of ice. I'm not sure when that formed though. Water had to be high to form ice like that. I remember there was a little, last time it rained, but over a week ago, maybe two, yeah, at least a week ago, there was some ice that formed at the about a foot above where it is now, but some of that melted. Yeah, so yeah, good to know that there's always water. I don't have to come out here to cut ice. If this creek wasn't here, if I didn't have water in this creek, I'd have to go up to the pond and cut ice for them. But I don't have to do that. Well, there's no cattle in here on this pasture road, so I know these are deer tracks. When the snow was, or ice was soft, the deer ran through here and made tracks when the snow was mushy. But it's ice now. Yeah, wherever the snow is in the shade from the trees, they don't thaw very fast. But out there where there's full sun, yeah, it thawed out there. This is all in the shade here, all along here. Here too, on this side of this hill. This is it. This pond was created when I dammed up or redirected the creek. The creek used to flow through here. What it did, it's hard to remember. It used to come down there where it is, because I didn't touch that. But right there where the bridge is, there was a big turn. The creek didn't go through there. The creek made a big turn there, came this way, and then right here where I'm standing had another big turn, and then it went along the bottom of this creek, the bottom of this hill here. So what I had to, and then it came back, then it went out at the end there, at the end of this water here. It went back across toward that big tree. So what I did, I had people come with their machines, and I had all these trees. These was all trees through here, all the trees on the other side of the creek too. Yeah, this is all, or the whole area from here all across. Yeah, it was not all the way, just part way out from where their creek is now. But I had them push all those trees out, pile them up. Then I had them redig this, or maybe I had them dig this first. I'm not sure how it went, but anyway, the reason there's a hump here is because I had this dug out to redirect the creek. No, I didn't have this dug out. What am I talking about? I had this, I had that part dug out. I had that creek dug out, not this. I had this part dug out, and I'd put all the dirt. What happened first? All right. Well, anyway, I had the trees pushed out, and then since there was a hole here from the old creek, I had to put the trees in that hole, and then I had them covered it all up with the dirt that they dug out from there. Anyway, that's why the creek goes that way, and I also filled in the creek down that way too. But I put a culvert in underneath, so the water from here can escape that way. Yeah, it's hard to remember exactly how I did it, but creek used to flow through, turn there, turn here, and then go out that way. And now it just goes straight down. So I made this my pasture road. All right, I'm cold. I better go before the phone shuts off. Well, back in the warm truck again. Headed home. Yeah, you can see the ground is starting to soften up. It's warming up. The sun's shining on it. Yeah. There's plenty of moisture left in the ground, so when it does thaw all the way through, all the way down. Yeah, the problem with thawing is, if I can explain it, most people probably know about it, live in cold climates, but as the ground starts to thaw on top, the water can't go anywhere because the ground's still frozen underneath, deep down. The deeper the frozen ground, the more water will collect until all the frozen ground is thawed out. Then the water can go out. So until all the ground freezes, it'll be really sloppy on top because of the trapped water that can't drain out when it thaws on the top. Yeah, but for right now, it's pretty solid. For now, anyway. Okay. That's why when it gets real muddy, I won't be able to take the truck out. I'll have to take the ATV out instead if I want to do any checking. Well, since I was here, I checked the fence on this side of the creek, and it's working good. So all three fences are working okay. This fence by the road, the north fence, and the south fence are all working. And I don't need four-wheel drive to drive on the road anymore because ice is thawed on the road. Oh, there's the neighbor's cat. One of them. I think my neighbor here has lots of hiding places for mice. So that's some of these cats are descendants from my wife's cats, because when these people moved in, a lot of the cats, or should I say, when my wife passed away, a lot of the cats deserted the ship because I didn't feed them as much, I guess. Anyway, one mama cat stayed around. That's where my cats are. That's where these two kittens I got, and the old bud from before, from last year, that's where he came from, the mama cat. But I still feed them. But I know they hunt too. Oh boy. Oh, I got too close to the post. Okay. I'm back to the house. Alright. Catch you later. It didn't warm up much. About 3 degrees. It's about 29 degrees now. It's still below freezing, but there's no wind, so I don't feel that cold. Yeah, I don't feel that cold. But it's still got a ways to go before it gets above freezing. And it's about 10:45, so yeah. It's 26 degrees around 9. So it did warm up a little bit. And the cattle here are still up at the house, are still up at the barn. Yeah. And they haven't, I don't think they came down for water yet, which they get over in there. There's always a little bit of water flowing through there, that little stream. Okay. Go back in the house and stay warm. Yeah, the sun's bright. It feels good. There is just a little light north wind, but it don't feel very cold. And with the sun shining on me, it actually feels good. Here's these two cats. They divide and conquer, I guess. I think they're looking for something to hunt. They get plenty of cat food. Actually it's dog food. I don't buy cat food because it's too expensive. Dog food is, I can buy a 50-pound bag instead of what is cat food, like 20 pounds? Yeah. And they eat it, so it's no problem. Even the neighbor's cat there that I was talking about, they come over and eat too. But I don't mind. I like cats. Oh, there's a little white bull. He's up there by the shed barn. Yeah, so I think we'll be heading down to get water pretty soon. Well, it finally warmed up to about 32 at around 12:30 p.m. So I can hear the stuff melting, dripping. Yeah, the ice is melting off the roof. And if it's melting off the roof, it's melting on the ground. But it's a slow melt because it's only 32. We'll see. Well, I'm going to go check the cattle again. I want to see if they came down to drink. Yeah. Well, they're not drinking. They're scratching it on the square baler over there. But little bully, he's right there. I don't know what he's up to. He's sunning himself in the sun. I'm gonna get a closer look. There he is. He's a good old boy, a young boy. You don't have to get up. I'll leave you alone. I just want you to grow big so you can cover these females here. Because I don't want to take them back down to the big pasture again, like I had to do last year. We'll see. You just keep growing, boy. Grow and get big and do your job. I'm going to go make another trip out to the big pasture again. I want to see if the cattle found their way down to the creek to get water. Well, I don't see any cattle down here, so they're probably still up on top. But I'll go down to the creek just to be sure. Yeah, they should be standing around. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to go to the top. I'm just going to check the creek. Yeah, I'm not even going to drive in. I'm just going to walk down to the creek, to the bridge, and then I'll come back. Yeah. I know if they get thirsty, they'll come down. Yeah, the ground's still frozen. Although it's a little sloppy on top. It's just the very surface is melting a little bit. Look at that. That's a west-facing hill, but there's still plenty of ice on it because it's mostly in the shade. Yeah. Oh, the wind's picking up from the north. Oh, it's at my back right now. Oh, it's a cold wind too. Yeah, it wasn't so bad before, but right here it's cold. I can see the water flowing through the stream. Yeah, winding around. Yeah, I thought the cattle would have been down here by now. I like to watch the water flow through the stream there, especially when the sun's reflecting off of it. I want to get a closer look at the rapids in the stream. There's that slab of ice. I don't know, I really don't know how that formed. But anyway, there's some sand dunes from the last flood that we had. There's my stream. Yeah. Flowing down that way too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad these cattle have something to drink here. Yeah. Get another view of the stream flowing. Yeah. Flows all the way down. Then it makes a turn at the hill. Goes across the road. I went a little farther downstream. It widens out there underneath those trees. Yeah. Yeah. But I can't walk any farther down there. Water's too deep. And the trees are real thick after that too. Just another view back to the bridge. There's an interesting path the creek takes. It splits. Some of it goes that way, some of it goes that way, but it all winds up in the same place eventually. I think it even goes around that, goes through there too. Yeah. So there's two islands here, that one and that one. Yeah. I like this. I like this too. When the water was high, it froze here. It also froze again there. Yeah. But this all melt off eventually as the weather warms up. I found a narrow place where I can cross easier. My boot has a hole in it, so I got my foot wet down farther down when I crossed. I'm not sure where I crossed. I think it was right in there. I crossed there and I got my foot wet. But this is where I can cross now. This is the narrowest part where I can cross. If I can still jump. Actually over by the gate. The creek is flowing down that way, but I'm not going any farther down there. But and I don't know if the cattle cross here or not, but I'm going to cross here. Right here, the narrowest part. I think I can jump that. Well, I made it. I jumped down right. I jumped across right here. Wasn't too hard. Now I'm headed back that way. Hey, look at that. I got a thorn tree. Thorn trees growing here. I'll have to cut that out one of these days. The cattle haven't come down. So I'm going back to the house. Seems like that wind's cold now. Thought it was warm before, but now it's cold. When I was a kid growing up on the farm, I used to love, especially in the spring, not now when it's cold, but in the spring and summer, the creeks were flowing. I used to like to walk up and down the creek beds, stream beds, and look for arrowheads in the rocks there. Yeah, I found a few too back in the day. Still got them somewhere. I don't know where, but I got them somewhere. Today I found a broken piece of pottery. Yeah, it's interesting. Got a pattern on it. Yeah, every farm had a junk pile, trash pile, usually in the woods, and some of them are still flushing debris down the streams. Yeah, I know there's one upstream on the other stream. And when it goes up that way, along my south border, yeah, there's a pile up there. I found it when I followed all the way up to the head of the stream, where the stream starts. Actually, that watershed comes off the family farm up there. Then it passes other people's property, and that's where the stream was, or the trash dump, an old trash dump from ancient times. But anyway, I found this. I don't really need it, but I'll keep it just as a memento. Okay. Well, I'm headed back to the bridge and back to the truck. Just another view. of the bridge and the stream. Another view of that slab of ice on the creek bank. There's my bridge, the south side of it anyway. Another view of the south side of my bridge. Oh, that north wind is a lot colder than it was before. It's getting cloudier too. I think there's more cold air coming down maybe. It's supposed to warm up this week though. We'll see. I'm headed back to the truck. Trying to stay warm because I'm cold. Yeah. Yeah, that wind's cold. Okay, let's go home. Oh, back in my warm truck again. Oh, and it's still warm too. At least there's no wind, cold wind in here. Okay, I'm headed back to the house. Well, I managed to back out onto the road. I'm headed home. Well, I'm back at the house, and I guess the cattle at the big pasture weren't as thirsty as I thought they would have been. Yeah, alright. I'm sure they'll find the creek. Go down the creek when they get ready to get a drink. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm back at the house. And this heifer here was eating some grass. There's not much there, but she was eating some of it. Yeah, she's nibbling on it. See? She's still nibbling on something. Yeah, there's nothing growing, but the other two are laying around over there. Of course, little bully, oh, he turned around. No, he's just sunning himself. Yeah, enjoying the sunlight, the warmth of the sun. I used to do that when I was a kid. Go out in the woods, find a nice tree that was going to the south side of a big tree, and just sit there and on a cold winter day, let the sun warm me up. The only thing that was exposed was my face, but it still felt good. Anyway, I'm back at the house, so I'm going to warm up in the house. Not as windy here. Not as windy here as it is down by the bridge. But and that means feels a little warmer up here because I'm out of the wind. Anyway, I'll catch you later. I had to go warm up. Well, it's almost 4 p.m. and cooled down a little bit. Went back down to 31, so that's as high as it's going to get today. 32. A lot of geese flying. Look, a lot of them. Yeah, a whole slew of them. Yeah, long line of geese flying. They're flying northeast or east. I don't know where they're headed. Yeah, that's it. Well, there's that line. Goes from all the way there, all the way up to here. And then there's some more over here. Another group, big group. Yeah. Another one above me. Yeah, they're everywhere. A lot of geese are flying there. Oh. There's another one. My gosh. They're really flying around. My gosh. I can keep track of them all. There's a group, but there's another group. Right there. Oh gosh, hurt my neck. Oh, it's looking up. And they're all flying that way. Yeah. They're all flying in that direction. East. I don't know of any big lakes over that way. Red Lake is to the south, which is to the right, and Carlisle Lake is to the north, which is to the left. And here comes another group. Yeah. And there's another one way back there. That's a small one though. Stragglers, I guess. Well, that's all we got here. It's almost 4 p.m. and Didn't warm up much today. It got to 32. That's about it. So I don't think there was much melting going on today, if any. Oh, and there's my shadow. Cattle are, I don't know if I didn't see the cattle come down, but they may have. But they're back up at the barn now. But I'm not going out there. I'm going to end it here. I'm done for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Still a little bit of ice left on the roof of the house, but it looks like the snow melted off the carport. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done. Catch you on the next one.